Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. I've got this planter that I made out of a cooler. I took the lid and cut some feet and then added AR mesh and thin set to build it up. And I will link above to where I did some of that process. Then in episode 247, I started tiling this with just the top and a little bit of the inside. You can see the drain hole there. Now I'm ready to tackle this side of it. And I actually think I'm going to start with the back because I had a little bit of inspiration and an idea for the back. And that is based on this little bottle. I wanted to try to capture the colors that are in my fountain, but without doing a realistic design. And I came upon this little bottle, which was a donation to me. And I decided to try out the idea that I had, which is this. And so I think I'm going to go with something like this on the side here. If I hold it just right, I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of iridized glass. Some of the pink and some of this dark teal at the bottom are iridized. So I'm not sure how much iridized glass I have or if I'll use it on this, but I'm going to grab those colors and I'm going to get it ready to go. Before I do that, I'm going to go out and just see what this looks like with the fountain and see if the colors complement it enough. Here it is with my fountain. And just looking at it, it looks like it's going to work. I don't need to go with teal. I could maybe just go with a darker green down here. And I could add in some purples because I don't really have purples on this. So we'll see on the planter. Maybe I'll do the feet in purple or dark green and kind of go from there. Most of the planters and pots that I have are solid blue or teal. I'm kind of trying to stay within one color family and not have too many different things going on. It would be lovely if I could just use scrap for this project. So what I've done is I pulled some purples from my scrap bin and I'm going to take them out to the fountain and see if they will. I don't remember what glass I used in the fountain, so I'll kind of see if any of these go or if they work. I know it's not more of a violet purple, it's more of a bluish purple, so I'm trying to just pull some of the blues. I do have some iridized glass. This, again, is more violet. I don't want to use that one, but like this one, for instance, is more on the blue side, so it's going to work, I think. I think that one might work. Here's my palette. I'm just going to double check the colors by holding them up. And even though this is a glass that I haven't used, I think it's going to work. So I'm going to say yes to that one. Again, I don't have this tealy color, but that iridized side I think is going to be just fine. It's going to work. And then I've got some light purples. And I do have some lightish purples in there, so those are good. This one's really pale, but I think it's going to be fine. And let's see, this dark one. No, I don't have anything quite that dark, but it's gonna look good, I think. So the rest are just in the same family as these ones that I've approved. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this palette. I'm so happy that I'm able to use scrap glass on this. I did want to show this one too. Look how gorgeous this is. I don't even know what glass this is. It's got pink, purple, a little bit of teal in there. It's so gorgeous. I've got to use it. And I don't know what is smelling so nice. Something smells amazing out here. If I find it, I'll let you know. I'm smelling my gardenias. They just scent the whole yard. It's amazing. I love them. I've done the same thing with my pinks. I pulled some of my scraps. Some are iridized. Ah, isn't that gorgeous? And I know I just used quite a variety of pinks, so I can use these. I'm not going to use this textured side, but I can use the other side. You can have some of this Armstrong Flamingo that's iridized. So I know I used a little bit of this, like in the center of the roses. So I'm going to put just a little bit of that in. And that is all scrap glass. So happy to use the scrap on this. And it's too blue to use for the leaves, I think. Maybe I could use a little bit. However, the other side is iridized and amazing. So I might cut a strip and throw some of that in there because I just can't resist how amazing and beautiful this glass is. I'm going to use it. It's going to look great with the top of the bin. The colors really tie in, so I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to add that one in. And then I know for a fact this was the green that I used. It has purple in it, has blue in it. but it still reads mostly as green. So this will be my main green. And then I had this big piece of purple that I've never used. So some of this I will use if I need to, in addition to that scrap purple. And then my blue, I don't have that same blue, but this one's awfully close. This one will work. And then I have another sheet. Make sure I don't use like maybe too much of this, because I think it's more of a lighter blue. Anyway, I have one that's similar and is iridized, so maybe I can use some of this. This is Oceanside, I believe. Yeah, now I have my palette. I'm probably going to cut some strips up so that I have something to work with, and then mix some thin set up and get out. Yes, I forgot. I do want some pops of this brighter green, which is more what I used on this bottle. That's it. And this amazing green. I promise that's it. I'm doing this freehand because I'm not using squares. I'm using sort of oddball shapes. So I kind of want this to be a little bit wider on one end, so that I get some, I don't know, trapezoids or whatever. And I'm just gonna do 2 strips of this to start. On its side so that I can work on this surface, and that means that my work surface is this much higher, quite a bit. Fortunately, I've got an adjustable table, so I'm just gonna move it down, and it's going to be quite comfortable working right here. That's it. Here's my setup. I've got all my dark strips, which are going down at the bottom over here. I've got the ones that will be coming in midway on this side. I've got a plate to put some pieces. I think I'm going to have to pre-cut some. I've already mixed up my thin set, and it is slaking. And for these feet, I think I'm going to put tiles. And here's what I'm going to do. There's just enough room for 2.5 tiles. So I'm going to do blue on the outside, and then a light green, and then dark green on the inside. So that'll be the bottom, and then I'll start in with stained glass with the rest. I'm going to start pre-cutting. was a little ridiculous how quick that went once I had some pre-cut pieces. It just was pretty fast. So I do have a little bit of thin set left over, and I had marked one of these feet because this thing was tipping a little bit back and forth, and I wrote add onto this foot. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this and let it set up overnight, and I don't know if it'll be enough, but I hope so. It's been a couple days. This has had a minute to set up and cure. So let's check and see if it is tippy when I sit it down. Still slightly tippy. So I can either add to this front corner or to this back. You know, I just added one layer and I wasn't sure how it would do. So it needs a tiny bit more and then it won't be tippy anymore. I'm actually going to try one more thing before I write add on this one. I've got this rasp and I'm going to rasp these down a little bit and see if that makes it a little more even. This one and this one. Maybe I don't need to add. All right, filed it down. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that took care of the problem. It doesn't even shift at all. I don't need to add anything more. It's nice and even. Thumbs up. Here it is with the fountain. The colors complement it beautifully. I think it's going to work just fine. It's not going to be sitting right next to the fountain. It's going to be in the same vicinity though. So this, I think, might be the back, and I'm still undecided about the rest of it, how I'm going to design it, but I think it's going to work just great. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.